Paul Brunton explains the world's perennial wisdom. World Mind and World Idea. Video Series 4, Video Number 9. Presented by the Paul Brunton Philosophic Foundation. The entries in this video in quotation marks are taken from Paul Brunton's writings. All others are from Discerning the Real Through the Writings of Paul Brunton, an article by a PBPF board member, published in Ramana Ashram's Mountain Path, Fall 2014 issue. PB tells us that the world mind is the conscious power sustaining all life, the intelligent energy sustaining all atoms, the divine being behind and within the universe. End of quote. Nothing lacks value in the philosophic view of experience. At the very least, the people, places, and things we experience, being thoughts, point to the eternally present mind, which thinks them into existence, however fleeting they may be. And at the very most, our experiences each play their part in educating us during our multi-lifetime journey from darkness to light, from unconsciousness of our reality to full enlightenment as to our true nature. It is incorrect and irreverently dismissive to view the world, which is the intelligent appearance of mind, as illusory, and thus divested of the remarkable value and education it provides the individuals evolving within its great school, a system that teaches wisdom, love and compassion, and skillful action. PB writes that the world mind emerged from mind, and the universe emerged from the world mind. This preposition, from, must not be taken literally, however. It is only used for want of a better term. The universe has never been outside the world mind, nor has the latter been apart from mind. End of quote. Mind in itself is incomprehensibly vast. Anything and everything that manifests has its ultimate origin as mind. In the ocean analogy, every wave, no matter how it is formed or how large and powerful or small and ripple-like, is, after all, water. However, just as the kind of waves possible depend on many factors such as the size and depth of the body of water, the force of the wind, etc., so too the kind of world ideas that appear depends on many factors. Indeed, to move in thought directly from the void mind to the keyboard under my fingers is too dramatic a step down from the all-powerful, formless infinite. It is easy to see that in life there are many levels of intelligence and laws of manifestation operating, the higher, more universal principles giving order to the lower, more complex, dependent arrangements. PB states, it would be completely false to regard the void as being a nothing and containing nothing. It is being itself and contains reality behind all things. Nor is it a kind of inertia, of paralysis. All action springs out of it, all the world forces derive from it. End of quote. That activity or function of mind in itself that is the causal basis of all experiences, PB refers to as world mind. It is the ordering principle or God of this universe, and its eternal vision of the world idea includes all pasts, presents, and futures for all beings in one inconceivable contemplation. In PB's language, the world mind knows all because it envisions all and beneficently cares for the infinite multitude of beings according to its wisdom. It guides our development, wakes us to its truth, opens our hearts fully, that we lovingly surrender to its will and teaches us to become clear expressions of its divinity. PB says that the world idea contains the pattern, intention, direction, and purpose of the cosmos in a single unified thought of the world mind. Human understanding is too cramped and too finite to comprehend how this miraculous simultaneity is possible. End of quote. When we understand world mind to be the functioning of mind, we also see that our manifest world is the self-externalization of the world mind's ideas in the same way that our dream world is the externalization of our own mind's ideas. In this longer quote, PB describes how the infinite world mind sees the universe in itself and itself in the universe. It is not unaware of what is happening here below. Its consciousness is perfect, which means that it embraces all possible time series. Every event is indeed present to it, but not in the way in which it would be present to a finite mind. For world mind grasps its world idea in what to us is an all-timed fixity. The accomplished world, not less than its countless tiers of evolutionary change, suffering, and joy, is simultaneously and infinitely present to this inconceivable consciousness. It is erroneous, therefore, to believe that what is now dead past to us is the same to the world mind. The latter views the universe not only in succession, but also simultaneously. Such a state, such a higher dimension in which past, present, and future time are co-equal, can of course no longer be called time in the human sense of the term. End of quote. In PB's description, time and space are elastic. They will differ to different beings in different planes. There is no fixed space and no fixed time. We are never conscious of them, but only of our own space or time perceptions, which are variables. End of quote. Mind is timeless, for it is beyond any reference to time at all. World mind is eternal insofar as its contemplation contains the universe of experiences for all creatures in an ever-present now. As we become more intuitively aware, the sense of the presence of a guiding perfection grows. The experiences of interconnection and synchronicity also give hints to the vast workings of world mind. There is an inconceivable intelligence, love, and power at the heart of each being that brings us the lessons we need to learn as we evolve. The world mind's all-inclusive idea of the universe may be perfect and all-accomplished from its standpoint, but for the individual centers of consciousness within that great idea, events must unfold sequentially in space-time, according to the nature of each individual. The world mind's vision has to include the variety of space-time frameworks in order to manifest experiences for the beings within it. Thus, we live a double life. There is the eternal being that we are in the world mind, and there is the evolving personality that is unfolding the world idea's vision for it. PB writes that there is a divine being which is entirely above all temporal concerns, absolute and universal. And there is also the demi-divine being, which is in historical relation with the human ego. End of quote. As finite beings, prior to awakening to our eternity, we feel the reality of these experiences like mesmerized subjects, or like characters in a dream. PB tells us that Earth life is but a dream, lived out in a dream physical body amid dream environment. Dream experiences are only ideas. During sleep dream, man sees, hears, touches, tastes, and smells exactly as he does during waking dream. Hence, waking is but materialized ideas, but still ideas. God's cosmic dream. All universal activities are but different ideas of God, divine ideation made material and thrown upon the screen of human consciousness. The cosmic illusion is impinged upon human sense and seen from within by mind through consciousness, sensation, and bodily organ. End of quote. There are two forces in the world mind responsible for the unfoldment of the universe and of the lives within it: karma and grace. The karmic impressions of all things and beings in the universe are latent within the world mind until they are self-activated and externalized as the space-time world for individual creatures. It is karma that maintains the form, energy, and habit of anything, and each has its own individual character as it arises, persists, and dissolves. Beginning with human stage, the laws of karma also determine the consequences of actions, whether they are moral or immoral. Additionally, there is the ever-present, ever-shining power of grace that inspires the karmic processes to change and evolve forms so as to better express the world mind's own perfection, though perfection in manifestation is not fully achievable. Grace may be thought of as active in a number of ways. One important way is the intuitions that guide, evolve, and transform karmic habit patterns into creative expressions, and thereby promote our growth as human beings. It may seem like an endless, often painful process, but happy results, our spiritual awakening, are guaranteed by the world idea. Quotes were taken from The Wisdom of the Overself and the Notebooks of Paul Brunton, Volume 13, Relativity, Philosophy, and Mind, Volume 14, Inspiration and the Overself, and Volume 16, Enlightened Mind, Divine Mind. Paul Brunton, 1898 to 1981, a best-selling British author of a dozen books, spent much of his early life researching the original sacred teachings of Western and Eastern spiritual traditions. He traveled the world to discover and communicate with Christian, Kabbalistic, Vedantic, Buddhist, Taoist, indigenous, and Sufi masters. Blending the richness of his own spiritual experience and inquiry with these ancient and contemporary teachings, he developed a philosophy and path of practice that suits life in the 21st century, one that expresses the greatest wisdom and love available to humankind. Regardless of how it is named, we each have a divine soul, an overself or higher self, that is with us here and now, waiting to be realized. Paul Brunton's writings are a source of deep spiritual guidance for all those interested in living a divinely inspired life.